you, Shantana. And really, I am so honored to be here today with everyone. And thank you to Shantana oh, you know what, Shantana, before I forget, did you make me co-host?
Yes, you are
Thank
co-host.
you. Thank you, beautiful. Just want to make sure. So grateful and honored to be here today. And thank you to you for putting together this amazing lineup of all these very insightful, beautiful, powerful women and men. I think we have a couple guys on, right? I'm just I'm going to definitely do the recap of it, and because I want to go back, I'm getting so much out of it. And Lisa, that was a wonderful presentation. What you said about conscious communication, oh my gosh, did that ever resonate with me? Um, I believe that conscious communication can happen, right? If you have conscious listening first. And just coincidentally, that so happens to be one of the exercises that I'm going to be doing today. So I just want to make sure my sound is good, everything's good to go. And my name is Ruth Ratliff. I'm a voice professional and a vibrational sound practitioner. And my presentation is called Awakening the Divine Voice, Sound and Vibration as a Pathway to Purpose. And I want you to let's just breathe into all that fabulous information you've gotten this morning. Just take a second to breathe. And as you're breathing, I invite you to try to imagine what would your life be like if you could feel, if you had the power to actually tune into your own divine blueprint of your soul using just your body and your voice. Your body is not just a vehicle in this world, but a divine fellow traveler, ready to protect, guide, and support you on your journey. And our divine voice is so much more than just a tool for communication and speaking. It is the expression of your soul's essence, I believe, in this physical density. A direct connection to your inner wisdom, your intuition, and your purpose, in alignment with the true nature of your soul. So, today, what I wanted to do in this presentation is to explore how sound, voice, and vibration through the language of your beautiful body may help you awaken and align with your true path. So, as a professional singer for many, many years, and a voice teacher for 20 years, and now a sound practitioner for the last 7 years, I've seen the very incredible connection between our voices and the deeper layers of our being. But it really wasn't until after I faced a series of tragedies in my life in my young 20s. I lost my dad, my mom, and my brother. My dad was on Christmas Eve. He was in a car accident when I was 17. My mom, when I was 28, found out she had cancer, uterine cancer. And she told us she had cancer, but what she did not tell my younger brother and I was that she only was given like a month or two to live. So we were operating on the idea that she was going to get better. Well, the day at the hospital when the doctor told me to let her go, that was her wishes, I was like, what are you talking about? And my brother just had enough time to get there to say goodbye. But unfortunately, he had previously been diagnosed with manic depression, and he wound up going into a much, much deeper depression after my mom passed away. And 9 months after that, he wound up taking his own life. I was so overcome by grief. I remember hiding in a closet in the fetal position and then running outside because I couldn't stand being in my body because of the feelings, and it wasn't until I really started to get back into my voice lessons again and singing and performing that I really started to understand that healing potential of my voice. And it wasn't just about expressing the grief, it was actually helped me transmute somehow and transform it through the frequencies of my voice. And I feel like I had a much more healthy transition through all of that, through processing all of that pain. So my relationship with music and the deeper exploration of my voice have supported my personal evolution through those very difficult circumstances and helped me realize my soul's path as a practitioner of sound, voice, and vibration. So sound has the power to shift us not only emotionally, but on a cellular and energetic level. And the vibrations of our voices carry frequencies that are unique to us. Did you know that your voice is like your fingerprint? There is only one voice like yours, one fingerprint like yours, one you. Unique, beautiful you. And frequencies that have the ability literally to heal us, to realign us, and ultimately help us gain clarity to move through this density and realize our purpose. So you've probably heard this all over the internet. Everything is vibration. I don't know, they say Edgar Cayce said it, Albert Einstein said it. I think a lot of them said it. Well, everything is vibration. Everything literally is vibrating. Like if you're sitting on a chair, that's vibrating. Slowly, but it is vibrating. Your feet on the floor is vibrating. The air around you is vibrating. Well, guess what? You are vibrating. I think most of us here probably know that. I'm speaking to the choir, right? But you are a symphony of frequencies. Every organ, cell, bone of your body has its own resonant frequency. And they're finding out too that our cells, actually, like especially the cells of your skin, you know when you get, like you may have already gotten some goosebumps from some of these speakers this morning. Well, that's because your cells have little hair-like projections. They're called cilia, and they're like little antennae. And they found that they take in sound. Now, if you're taking in sound goosebumps because something feels true, your cells are getting that. Or they're taking in the sound like it's nourishment. So sound is a vibration that travels through air, liquids, and solids, and it travels through us. And it has the capacity to shift us in a gentle way. It's a powerful tool for clearing away the imprints of past experiences that are literally held as memories stored in those deep tissues in our bodies. And it shapes how we think, how we feel, how we react and respond to our lives. And we talked about blueprint. And what we want really to focus on in our life is the blueprint of our life that is out in the field, not the imprints. The imprints are all of the conditionings that we have had to deal with living on planet Earth, and especially in our culture. So through sound, we can release and dissolve these old patterns, clearing a path to access our truest selves, aligned with our divine blueprint. So before we go any further, I wanted to show you something amazing, and I'm going to share my screen. This is the effect that sound actually has, specifically the human voice has on water, captured through a technology called cymatics. And again, this is something that has been all over the internet. Some people know about it, some people don't. So this is your voice in a drop of water.
Ooh. Hey.
When I first saw that, it was like it shifted my ground to being, literally. There's the incredible, stunning, beautiful, sacred geometry of that. And it's mind-blowing. Our voices have what they call overtones, if anybody is musical and knows that. So when you're hearing a pitch like ah, there's so much more than just that, what they call the fundamental pitch going on in our voices. There's hundreds of frequencies above that fundamental pitch. And that's what you're seeing is the complexity, the beautiful complexity of us. Okay, and it's like a glimpse into the unseen power of sound and vibration. Our voices don't just communicate words; they literally shape us and the world around us. I'd say at a quantum molecular level, from the spiral of our own DNA to the spiral of a galaxy. So, what else did I want to say about that? It's just that. I can't say enough about it. Every time I see it, it just stops me. But what they found out is that each and every frequency, specific frequencies, make a specific geometric shape. And, when we say that we're crystalline sacred geometry, we literally are crystalline sacred geometry. And that sound activates all of that. Yeah, it's fascinating. So we do know that our body is basically a resonating chamber. We know that we're like over 70% liquid. And physics tells us that sound can break up crystallizations and constrictions. And it can also change and rearrange matter at the molecular level. I recently was working with a gal called Vicky Dodd. Excuse me. And I don't know if I can plug a book here or not, but this book is one of the best books I have ever read on sound healing, sound with your voice, healing through sound. And she said that, and she has witnesses to this, she works just with her voice. She said that she was able to change the shape of a rock. She's very earthy. She's an earth person. Change the shape of a rock with her voice. Now, I trust her because I've worked with her a number of times. I think she's amazing. So I have no reason not to believe that. But can you imagine? So this density that we're in, again, it's probably malleable. It's right. We can shape it. And one of the ways we do that is through sound, voice, and vibration. So that's why tuning in to your own voice and vibration can be such a powerful tool for clearing and transmuting that which does not serve you anymore. So you have more energy, more clarity to hear your inner guidance. And speaking of hearing, I'd like to move through now an exercise, as I said earlier before I started, in conscious listening. These are exercises I'm going to go over with you are very simple. They're easy, they're simple, they're accessible. You don't have to buy anything. And hopefully they will help to awaken the sound of your divine voice. So I invite you to just get yourself into just a kind of a comfy position. You probably are from all those beautiful meditations. And just let yourself feel yourself in your body. Feel yourself, the weight of the chair, the weight of your body in the chair. And just start feeling, perhaps, if you can, focusing your attention on your ears. Can you have the sense like you're opening your ears now? I invite you to do that. Feel like you're opening your ears. And can you just start to focus in on sounds in your environment? And I'm going to play this bowl as a little background for you. Just focus in on the cars outside, the birds, maybe somebody speaking in the other room. Just listen. The sound of my voice and the bowl, and bring that into the background of your awareness. As you're breathing, the sound of your breath, perhaps the sound of your beautiful heartbeat. And take a nice breath now, and if you can open your eyes if you closed your eyes. And just notice, how do you feel now? You could feel more present, possibly, more relaxed, more grounded. So while you were doing that, wonderful things were happening. You were in a lower brainwave state, the alpha or the theta brainwave state, that gets us into another beautiful state called heart-brain coherence. Your blood pressure decreased, your heart rate probably decreased, your endorphins and melatonin were released. It's going to help you sleep better, hopefully. And it actually reset your nervous system too. This is a simple thing. The simple act of conscious listening draws us away from that monkey mind, right? And we all have it, right? The noise of our thoughts, and into the stillness, the presence of now, where true clarity and presence resides. So the more that you can come from a clear and balanced place, the more you will be able to hear your inner guidance, your inner voice. And I think we literally have to train ourselves to sometimes to listen in a more conscious way to the outer sounds before we can tune into those inner sounds. One of the things that's helped me a lot with that is really being intentional about the practice of grounding. So that's our next exercise. And I'm sure many of you are very aware of grounding and earthing, where you go outside in bare feet. We are electrical beings, and we need the frequencies of the earth. We need the frequencies of the earth to complete that circuit. So, thinking of that, when was the last time that you were really present and felt really connected to your ground of being? I think with what's going on with a lot of society, a lot of technology, is that many of us are feeling disconnected, not only from our bodies, but from each other and our own humanity, even our own divinity. I hear Greg Braden. I'm sure a lot of you know Greg Braden. He's fabulous. We saw him in Arizona in January, this past January. Unbelievable conference. But he talks about that, how we're moving away from our own divinity, our own humanity. So anything that you can do to get yourself into your body to feel grounded is going to help you feel more present. So this exercise is something you can do. You don't have to be outside in bare feet for this. It's really your intention. And it can be inside or outside, or seated or standing. Okay? So I want you to imagine, as you're sitting there, just think about a kitty cat. You know how a kitty cat needs bread? Some people call that something else, making biscuits. That's right. So you're going to make biscuits with your toes on the floor right now. Need the floor. And I invite you to close your eyes if that's comfortable for you. And see if you can you're kind of like just sort of getting into the pulse of that frequency and vibration of the earth, like the Schumann resonance. The hertz of the earth is supposed to be 7.83 hertz, but it's going crazy lately over the past few years. But I want you to just think about the nerve endings on your feet now. Send them down. Imagine in your mind's eye, in your imagination, your intention, to send those nerve endings all the way down to the earth, all the way deep. And then I want you to bring them back up, and I want you to have them join with the nerve endings in the base of your spine. And I want you to feel like you're bringing that up through your spine, through the sushumna, as they call it, that pathway through our spine, up through your brain and back down again to your feet, all the way down to the earth through your feet. And then bringing back up through the base of your spine, all the way up to the crown of your head and all the way back down again. And you can now stop kneading with your feet and just allow that circuit to complete a few more times as you're breathing deeply. You're feeling like you are literally part of the earth. You are connected, intrinsically connected, guided, supported. You are supported by that which supports you, which is Mother Earth, which is Gaia. And then gently, deep breath. And open your eyes slowly. That should have felt very relaxing. Now, when I do that outside, it's even better. I think it's even better because I love being outside in my backyard. And thank goodness I have an acre and a half of land because I do some crazy things outside. And the next thing we're going to be doing is one of the things I do outside that I'm very happy I have privacy. So I know you're all very relaxed now, but I invite you to stand up because we're going to shake. Shaking has been used in indigenous cultures and ceremonies, ceremonial dances and healings for thousands of years. Animals shake when they're stressed. We shake, our body shakes when we're like in shock, right? And that's the body's way of maintaining stasis or balance. So here we go. We're going to shake, 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 shake your booty. Just doesn't have to be a lot, just a little. Just allow. Shake, shake, shake. Just feel it, kind of feel your knees. Just if you have trouble with your knees or if you want to stay seated, that's fine. You can shake in your seat or just move your shoulders, shake your shoulders a little bit, or even just shake your hands. Any aspect of your body that you shake is going to help. Yeah, just a little bit. Okay, and now as you're shaking, notice your jaw. Your jaw can be released a little more because our jaw is kind of connected to our hips. So let's take a look at that jaw-hip connection. Is your jaw released? Are your hips nice and released? You can sway a little bit. Yeah. Nice deep breaths. Now we're going to add to that a little bit. Guess what we're going to do? We're going to make some funny sounds. And I know you probably feel very silly right now and very self-conscious. But when you were a little kid, didn't you make all kind of crazy sounds? And did you feel self-conscious? Heck no, you were having a great time. It's societally acceptable for children to make sound. Not for adults. Around age 7, we get shut down. Our voices get shut down, making sound, big sound. Uh-oh, no good. Too loud. Obnoxious people, right? You got to make sound. Hook in like you're 5 years old again. Make whatever sound comes up. You don't have to judge it. That's the piece. That's the hardest part of doing this type of practice, is you judge yourself. So practice that. Practice being freer, more free, like a little kid. Yeah, okay? It's a wonderful way of releasing and emptying out the crap, all the crap that we take on from other people, places, and things, especially if you're sensitive energetically, you're an empath. This is a wonderful, wonderful exercise for empaths. My husband and I are both empathic, so we both shake. So this dynamic combination of movement and sound not only frees up blocked energy, but it really helps to anchor you. So now just stand and just notice. If you sat already, that's fine. Just notice how you feel. Are you buzzing? You might be buzzing. That's your life force energy. That's your chi buzzing through you. Yeah, that's what we want to activate. So another exercise we can do, now we're going to bring it down a little more, is what I call Dantian and heart breathing. This is a breath where we're going to be focusing on our heart space, heart chakra space, and also on our womb space. So I'm going to move this back a little bit. Let's see if I can get back here without my head getting too cut off. So we're going to put one hand over our sacral chakra, our Dantian, that is called in traditional Chinese medicine. I've been doing a lot of Qigong lately, had a back injury, and this has been, really wonderful to focus on this. So this is our sacral chakra, the Dantian. It's our center of our energy. As a woman, it is your center of your creativity, your sexuality, your sensuality, and your safety, I think, because it's so close to that root chakra, so it has a little bit to do with the safety as well. So I just want you to just rub that sacral chakra, that Dantian. Oh, it's so the body loves it when you pay it attention and love it, love it up. Yeah, and then we're going to put our hands on our hearts too and love up your beautiful heart. Just get a little heat going in there. Yeah. And then I want you to just feel, again, I invite you to close your eyes if that's comfortable for you. And just start breathing into both of those spaces at once, if that works for you. So you're going to feel like your whole torso is expanding. I want you to feel like you're expanding into both of those places. Open your heart space. Open your womb space. Your back and whole back might be opening as well while you're doing this. And if you want to release on a sigh, send love and gratitude to your heart, to your belly. That should feel so nice. You know, there's a lot of talk about wanting to get out of our bodies, wanting to ascend. And I get that. But I believe that our body is the way to ascension. I think our bodies are meant to help us by focusing on that, by taking care of it, communicating with it. I believe it can be our best friend to help us move into those higher vibrations. So that may feel really nice and soothing. I just love doing that. I love connecting to my body. Just touching it in certain areas, you know. How are you doing today? Your liver, how are you? Your spleen, is everything okay? I love you, thank you. Your back, everything's so... I love you so much. It's just, you're doing so much for me, holding me up, my knees, anything. Just say thank you to your body once in a while. Those cells are listening. We're full of something 30 trillion cells, and they're all little sentient beings listening to us. So that leads us into another practice that I'd like to do with you, and it's called vocal toning. Many of you may already be doing this. I also want to preface that by saying that while I do, as a singer, certainly while I do love toning the vowel sounds, I like to work with a lot of organic sound too. So you find out whatever works for you. Everybody has a very different way of approaching this. And really, the first time I was introduced to vocal toning was at a retreat. And in one of the sessions, there were about 50 of us sitting in a circle and toning the chakra vowel sounds. And the force of those voices, the experience of being surrounded by all of those frequencies and vibrations just broke something up in me. I talked about sound breaking up crystallizations, breaking up constrictions, emotional constrictions. Well, it certainly did for me. And I I couldn't stop crying for like an hour. I had to excuse myself. And it was a floodgate, opened up the floodgate, and it really helped to be such a beautiful cathartic experience for me that washed away some of the pain that I had been holding inside for years about my family, probably. So we can actually use the hands in certain areas now, and I want to let's go low. Let's go into that Dantian area again. And if you'd like, you can do like there's a really nice little simple hand mudra. See how I've put my fingers together? And I just want you to put that on that Dantian, your hands on the Dantian, and feel that belly. And this is a sound. This is U is the sacred vowel sound for the sacral chakra, and there is a traditional Chinese medicine sound called Vu. You put a V in front of it, okay, and also the Vam is the Bija mantra for the sacral chakra as well. So it's kind of a very similar. But Vu is a very beautiful, open, deep sound that elongates your vocal tract, and you can really feel it going down into your chest. You can also put your hand on your chest too. Okay, so we're just gonna make a nice several low sounds on Vu. VOO. Nothing complicated. You don't have to match my pitch. Don't worry about pitch. Just a comfy low sound for you. And I'll help. Let's do that together. You can close your eyes too if you'd like and feel those vibrations. Let's do one more. Just notice how you're feeling in this moment. I feel a deepening in my attention, my presence, and very deep relax. This particular exercise really helped me move through fear of flying. I wanted to go to a marketing event in Denver, Colorado, so I needed to get past my fear of flying. And I remember when the little the sign comes on from the pilot that says, "Please put your seatbelts back on. We're going to be experiencing turbulence." That's when I literally would almost go into a panic attack, and I would just start vooing, when that would happen, and it actually helped. It wasn't perfect, but it kept me from going into a full-blown panic attack. And each subsequent flight that I took, it got better and better and better because I was creating new neural pathways in my brain, right? Creating new neural pathways that changed the way I thought and changed that fear response because it got me into that parasympathetic branch of my nervous system. So the next vowel sound I'd like to do, I like the low, the heart, which ties it together, and the crown we're going to do the last. So we're going to do our heart now, and put your hand over your heart. And the ah vowel is a beautiful, generous, open vowel sound, isn't it? It really is. It's just a lovely, open sound. So put your hand over your heart and start breathing into your heart. And I like to do a little higher pitch. You may do the same pitch, whatever you're comfy with. And here we go. Let's try that. Open and expand into your heart space. Ah. Open and expand. Let's do a couple more. Notice how you feel. Ah. That's a beautiful practice to do if you're feeling afraid of something. That's when I like to do it. Or if I'm feeling particularly judgmental or something, or just not feeling good about myself, I do the ah vow. I try to turn it inward to myself as well. So just notice how you feel. And the next one we're going to be doing is the crown chakra. E vow. E. Now when I say E, it doesn't have to be E. It can be sort of nasally. And actually, when it's nasally, that's even better because it vibrates a lot of like the pineal gland in your head. And I know we've heard that our pineal glands have like a crystallization on the outside, and that's going to help to break that up because that's going to help with our connection to the divine even more. So what I like to do is I just tap my head. It's almost like a tapping point if anybody does EFT tapping. And you could do EFT tapping for your voice too, which is really great. That's a whole nother presentation. And just tap to get your attention and go up on your head. And you can put your hand on your head. If you want to put another hand on your heart, that's fine. Now we're going to do an E, kind of a nasally E. E. It could be a little higher if you want. Okay, or it could be that same pitch. Here we go. Let's try that. E. Focus on that, sending that beautiful white light of your soul up to the heavens. E. 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 So that's something that you can practice when your energy is low too, or right before you meditate. Actually, you could do all three of these. And like other meditative practices, vocal toning really activates that, as I said before, that parasympathetic branch, that rest and digest state, which reduces stress and releases pent-up emotion. And there's a reason for that, because our voices are innervated or activated by the vagus nerve, which is the longest cranial nerve in the body for any of you science people. I love science. And it gets us into, as I said, that rest and digest. It tells your body that you're safe. So that's a really wonderful thing to do. So how did everybody feel with that crazy sound? I don't know if you're able to. Yeah, isn't it interesting? I know. I love doing the crown chakra, making it as nasally as possible. But it kind of gets you. You feel tired. Oh my god. Because you're so relaxed. Oh, that's great. But it really can, it can energize you, okay? Maybe it makes some people tired, but I find it is a very healthful thing for you to do. And it also toning, vocal toning, any kind of sound balances our chakras, which allows the natural flow of energy to move through your body. So these are very simple and relatable exercises that you can do. You can work these into your day. I like toning, vocal toning in the shower. Excuse me. I will tone to the water. I'll turn to the water and sing the word love. Love, love, because water has memory. And think of that. If I tone love to the water, it goes all the way around the world, doesn't it? Some of you may be familiar with Dr. Emoto's work with water crystals, and I think that's fabulous. So, sitting at your desk, right? Get up. What do you want to do? Sitting at your desk is not good for you for long periods of time. I know, because I do it. But I build in time to shake. Just get up and shake a little, right? So I want to do one more thing with you. I want to do a voice, I guess I'd call it a voice activation. It's intuitive singing that I'd like to do for you. And I would like you to, if you're so moved and you are in a private space, I would like you to join in with me. So if you don't want to, and you just want to receive, that's absolutely fine. So allow yourself to be just in an attitude of relaxation and listening. Hey la na na ya lo ya. Hey la 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 la. Hey la ya la wa no way le ni. Oh lo 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 la la ne ya. Hey la la ne ya la ya la yo ne you io ne ia le ya la. Did anybody join in? I know it was kind of short, but this has been a real journey for me. Thank you. This has been a journey for me as a trained singer to allow myself to just let my voice give over to that guidance and allow what wants to come through. It's been about 6 years it's taken me to really to be free, and I'm still working on freeing up certain pieces of it. So it seems like our society and our culture have all but sanitized and throttled and shut down the use of our own voice and sound and vibration for the healing and spiritual connection. So I would invite you to be aware of those underlying conditionings. Remember, we talked about that, not the blueprint, but forgot the word, but you know what I'm saying. Yes, all those conditionings that can hold us back from being free with using sound. And in closing, with that said, I encourage you, be free with your voice. Experiment. Just allow yourself, it doesn't have to be big sounds or anything like that. Just allow yourself to be playful with your voice. And you're going to find out that the more that you can stretch your voice beyond and expand it beyond the idea of what you think you can do, you will stretch yourself. You will stretch what you think you are. And your voice and your voice will help to expand your idea of yourself. Because we identify so strongly with our voices, and then what your voice can do, your body, your brain, and your mind will follow. And the more that you can empty out and keep releasing those incongruent energies with sound, voice, and vibration, the more you will clarify your body, mind, and soul to be more receptive to hearing the voice of your heart, the voice of your intuitive guidance. Your connection to that divine voice will grow stronger and stronger, awakening the wisdom of your soul's purpose. Thank you, everyone. It's been such an honor being with you here today. And much love and blessings to all of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.